And then the third thing is, if Cooper is what people expect,
you get him for the 10 years.
You got him now. Now you're must-see TV and fans are flocking.
Right.
So what's the big deal? And I'm not convinced.
Hold on.
They got Cooper Flag.
If I go to Kevin Wildes and I say, listen, everyone's going to say this is crazy, but you have to trust me. Liquidate all your assets, everything. Put a second mortgage on your house. Put all your money in this stock.
Crypto.
I'm telling you, or yeah, sure, whatever. I'm telling you, in the next year, you're gonna 10x it, okay? And you listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it not only does not 10x, but it goes down to where you have $50 left to your name.
Tough one.
And I told you, this isn't a long-term thing, this is right now. And you are so despondent, you take that $50 out and you spend it on Powerball tickets. And then you hit the lottery and you win the Powerball for $800 million. It saves you. I don't get credit for the advice. When Nico Harrison trades Luka, and if he had traded Luka and this was the press conference, he was like, listen, I know the fans aren't going to want to hear this, but I'm going to tell you guys this. We thought the finals last year were a mirage. We did not think we were a championship-level team, and we think that there is a chance this year with this trade, we might, Anthony Davis is injured. We just traded for him. He's going to take his time to come back. We might end up in the lottery. We're okay with that because we are trying to build something sustainable. We need another piece. We're going to get that in this year's draft some way, shape, or form. And we are going to build something sustainable because Luka Dončić is a fat alcoholic and we don't trust him. And then that plan ends up being, my God, we thought it was going to be the 11th or the 15th pick. It's the first pick. Then he can puff his chest out. When he goes to that press conference, Brou, and says, our timeline
is... You know what he said?
Well, hold.
Does Rob Pelinka get credit for getting Luka?
What? Kind of. I don't really give him a lot of credit, but
do you know how many GMs and coaches got lucky?
I understand
in this league.
I understand that, but when these are the only reason the Mavs made a trade, they said was to be a contender now, this moment, shorter timeline. It was so ass backwards.
But why didn't they contend?
Because they traded for a player who got injured. And then who was already...
And their other star player got injured too.
Right. Brou.
And I get it, because they can get injured. You know, I figured they'd get injured. I'm just saying, if those two stay healthy, they would have been a contender. Or at least a very good playoff team.
Okay, maybe. But the fact of the matter is, he told us his plan. His plan was contending right now. He then, in service of that plan, in my opinion, they rushed Anthony Davis back. He got hurt. Once he gets hurt, Kyrie Irving, because he's the only ball handler left on the team, starts playing more minutes than he had at any point in his veteran phase of his career. He gets hurt. They still go for it. They're in the play-in, winning a play-in game, trying to avoid the lottery. They then lose that game, which is the only reason they had any picks, and they got lucky. I'm happy for their fans. The idea that this guy gets to say fortune favors the bold when ending up in the lottery was his worst-case scenario is laughable.
Was he bold? Wrong, but bold, right?
Yes.
Yeah, was it fortune?
Okay, bro.
I'm just saying, I get it. But if we go down, Sam, who drafted Kevin Durant?
Presti.
Okay, he gets credit for it, right?
Oh, you mean because
he would have taken Greg Oden.
I don't know if that's true.
I think he would. Almost every GM in the league was saying they would have taken Greg Oden. Presti, it was like one that was saying they wouldn't.
Sure.
So I'm just saying, like, and I get it. I'm not saying Nico Harrison is Sam Presti. I'm just saying, if they were, why haven't they fired him? If I was running that team and that was Nico's decision, I'd have fired him already. I would have fired him. Seeing the way the fans just totally turned on the franchise, why'd you keep him? Maybe because it was ownership's idea exclusively.
Listen, I know that is something.
Why isn't he fired then, Nick? I mean, seriously.
Honestly?
He just made a horrendous trade.
I think he's not fired because if I must give you my honest answer, because I think ownership is out to lunch. I think ownership, the actual ownership of the Dallas Mavericks is in the casino business. And they are so in the casino business, they gave this job to who always gets the prime jobs in any regal families, the son-in-law. And so they're like, hey, you handle that. And the son-in-law got hypnotized by a really cool, good-looking guy who has great stories about Kobe Bryant and other NBA stars. And it's like, this is awesome. And this guy told me Luka doesn't work hard, unlike the greats Larry Bird and Shaquille O'Neal, who were known for sobriety and hard work in the offseason.
But even if that's the case,
yes,
I don't think that's the case. But
I know,
even
we
if that is the
disagree on
case,
this. That's fine.
If that's the case, when you see the reaction, when you see every GM, every pundit saying, that was the worst trade I've ever seen. When you see your fans having funerals outside, when you hear them chanting, fire, Nico, fire, why in the world wouldn't you fire him?
Because they immediately co-signed it. Because immediately after they came out and said, Dumont came out and said, yeah, we stand by Nico. We agree. We think Luka doesn't have the work ethic of
that's happened. Plenty of people who've gotten votes of confidence have been fired.
Listen.
And my point is this. My ultimate point is this. It might actually work out for him. Now, again, I said it at the start. Luck for sure. But this might work out. And he's done other good things.
I don't think you should puff your chest out about luck, is my point. That's all.
That's fine.
That's all. I think that
this team could be really good. And if Cooper Flag is a superstar, then they not going to be worried about Luka.
Does Brou like the Spurs building around Wemby? Not so much. Next on FS1, the Fox Sports Channel on Sirius XM. You can listen in your car, you can listen at home, mobile app.